Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I have my deck shuffled, so I'm going to use the Tarot and the Lenormand, but I'll use that separately. And I'm going to do my best to answer a question from Lisa DeHart Hansen. And she wants to know about Rand Paul, Republican Senator to Kentucky, she writes. Might be up for re-election in 2022, she's not sure. I'm not sure either. But anyway, she is writing, without evidence, he claims the 2020 presidential election was stolen and continues to pretend Joe Biden did not win the election. And he also believes in herd immunity. And when he got the coronavirus, he not only refused to self-quarantine, but without telling his co-workers he was carrying the virus, he lunched with fellow senators and continued working out in the gym used by fellow senators. He also held up the anti-lynching legislation, wow, in the summer of 2020. I missed that one. Man, this guy's dark. Okay, so in March 2020, he was the lone senator to oppose an $8.3 billion emergency bill to respond to the health crisis. Right? Yes, that would be for COVID. And he was one of 6 senators to reject the bipartisan compromise on economic relief and government funding in December of last year. Or no, that's this year, December 2020. Yikes, man. Okay, and then finally, she writes, in the second wave of pardons last week, Trump granted a full pardon to Jesse Benton, who previously managed campaigns for Republican Kentucky Senators Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul. Benton's conviction was related to his involvement in a plot to provide $73,000 in payments to former Iowa State Senator Kent Sorensen to secure his endorsement of former U.S. Representative Ron Paul, which, of course, that's Rand Paul's father, in the 2020 presidential election. So I guess that must be why Jesse Benton was in prison, I suppose. Okay, so, all right, so I'm not going to read on those guys, but this one's going to be all about Rand Paul. And, okay, so I'll talk you through the spread. Okay, so Rand Paul, forces in motion. Yep. His challenges. Wow. Okay. Dude's got money problems. Good. Okay, what he's actually doing. What he's doing. Wow. Whether or not he'll be successful. The level of his success. I think not. Okay, his karma. The karma that's hanging over him. Okay. What he's attracting. So this is another level of karma, because we always attract our karma. Okay, and his future, Rand Paul's future. Okay, excellent. Actually, let's move these cards over a little so I can kind of prop this up. Keep the glare off. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay, so as far as the oh, good. Okay. So as far as the forces in motion go, well, yeah, he's like fat and happy. You know, he's got all the money he wants, and he's pretty, I would say, prideful about it. He also may be in bed with Russia. I mean, there's a red hat on this dude. He may definitely be in bed with Russia. I wonder, was he one of the senators that went to Russia in 2019? There was a slew of them. There was like 15 of them at least. And it's been, in the news that they estimated about a third of the GOP, senators and Congress people are bought and paid for by Putin. Or they've accepted Russian oligarch, funds for their states. So there's that. Wow. But his challenge, though. So wait, let me sit in this for a minute. So the force is in motion. I think he's received. Cups are always about, giving and receiving. I think he's received, and they're always about relationship as well, most often. But I think he's wined and dined and partied with people to get what he wants. That's the feeling I'm getting with this. Because this is all about him getting whatever he wants, get his wishes fulfilled is a keywords for this card, desires fulfilled. So he's been successful in the past getting what he wants. But his challenge is, with the 9 of Pentacles reversed, is that, he's having money problems. He's had some, I think he's been into some reckless spending, some recklessness. Wow. Because straight up, this card is, there's a focus on resources and you've got a wall of prosperity around you. Well, when it's reversed, it's the opposite of that. So, it's also a card of deceitfulness, which could be why you've lost your luxury life. These 2 cards are definitely about luxury. And that's his challenge is that he's been deceitful. So he's not going to keep his luxury life. And with the death card up here as to what he's doing, yeah, he's causing, with his plans, with everything he's done in the past, he has contributed to people dying. He doesn't care about COVID. This is him, working out in the gym and him not telling people that he had COVID. Who knows how many people caught it from him. I mean, that's the thing with COVID, is you can be even asymptomatic and pass it on. You can have it and not have it very badly and then pass it on. That happens all the time. That's the biggest problem with the virus. So he's doing things to cause death. He's also doing things to cause, big changes. Now, successful or not with a Knight of Swords reversed, no. Because when the Knight of Swords, even if it was straight up, it's like somebody just recklessly going into battle and not caring about anything. The guy's such an idiot, he forgets to put his helmet down. His horse is even scared, and the sword isn't even pointed straight ahead. He's holding it up because he's just an idiot. The only good thing about this card, if you get it personally, is okay, you can get something done really fast. That's the best thing about the card that I know of, anyway. Because it's careless thought, careless actions, careless communication. So for success, the answer is no. And that's because he's been willing to just let people die and burn everything down. Wow. Now, other meanings with this reversed, besides a lack of success, it could be, somebody who's actually really violent and doesn't care about the rules, because the swords are, they often bring in the element of law. The rules and regulations. Now, let me think. What else could this be? So he doesn't mind breaking the rules. He definitely is like directionally challenged. He's not going because it's upside down, so he's not going anywhere. His sword's literally like stuck in the ground, and he could flip over, over the top of the horse. Seriously. So no, he's not going to be successful. Not at all. Wow. Okay, but the karma that's hanging over him, he has earned every bit of it. What's coming for him, he's earned it because he's had his hand out for money. That's the karma. That's been what's been going on for him, or about him. He has just been wanting the money. Gimme, gimme, gimme. That's this dude. No wonder his neighbor beat him up a few years ago, or I don't know, a while back. Maybe a couple years ago. His neighbor, I think, beat him up so bad he broke his shoulder. Pretty sure. He was out mowing his lawn and his neighbor came over and beat him up. So, obviously, he's not a well-liked guy. And maybe it's because he was violent in the past with what he's done, or at least violent with his words, and somebody came after him and gave it right back to him. That would bring in this card as well. That makes sense to me. So more karma. What is he attracting? Well, Three of Swords straight up or reversed. It's a betrayal when it's straight up. It's, something really unhappy and full of loss and being rejected. When it's reversed, it could be just a little less than that. There could be like some little bit of reconciliation somehow. Or this could be one of those times when, because I'm human and I'm imperfect, and life on earth is very imperfect, and it could be that this card meant to be, straight up. There's that possibility, but it's not a good card either way. I mean, even if it truly is supposed to be reversed, it would be, like you had an argument and someone said, okay, well, I'm sorry. But who's going to say they're sorry to him? That doesn't make sense to me. So I think that's one of those places where it should just be straight up, and he's going to attract, betrayal and rejection and harsh words to him because people have had it. These cards are not good for reelection. And if he makes it that long, or if he, does run again, of course I'll read on him again later. But with his future being the Six of Swords reversed, well, if it were straight up, he would be moving to, a place where things were bringing him some kind of relief. But when it's reversed, that has him kind of trapped. It's not, when it's straight up, it can be like traveling and immigration, things like that. And moving to, one of the key phrases is like moving to calmer waters, and that has to do with traveling. But when it's reversed, that brings in that element of just kind of being stuck, and a lot of instability as well. Because when it's straight up, you're moving to a more stable place, but reversed, it would be the opposite. So I think his future is he's kind of trapped, he's kind of stuck, and overwhelmed, and, he's not going to get to a calmer place. So let's let me layer the Lenormand with it and see. But I'm going to have to do this actually. Let's see what we can add to this to get a little more specific. Okay, so the forces in motion in his life. Yeah, these two cards are kind of the same, you know. He likes to party. He likes to party. Oh, and he does it as a way to fundraise. Wow. Of course. That's what they all do. That's what Mike Pompeo's been doing. That's what they all do. They hold these big fundraisers and they charge, you know, like $2,500 a plate, and they raise, you know, they raise money. So that's what he's been doing. That's what he's got going on. But his challenge is that he's broke. So let's get more as to the challenges. Yeah, there's a loss because he's been nefarious, because he's been cunning, because he's got a hidden agenda, because he's a liar. This little guy's a liar and a manipulator. So he's probably already taken money in and he hasn't delivered on any of his promises. So all this dark stuff that he's doing, all this, where's the list? Hold on. Yeah, so all the things that he wants to hold back from everyone, and this opposing the emergency bill, all this other stuff, he was promising he could do those things, and he fundraised off of it, and he can't deliver. Because of course not. You know, it's not in alignment with what America's about. So he's in there. It's just like you guys were saying in the comments. He's as bad as Mitch McConnell. He's probably really, you know, in bed with Mitch McConnell. They're both Kentucky, so there you go. So, okay, so up here, more about what he's doing. Yeah, there we go. He's trying to have the loyal followers. But he's blocked. So that's why this death card is here. Yeah, he's blocked. It's not going anywhere. All his plans. It has not been successful. So 2 more cards as to success or not. Well, we've got it right there, but let's go ahead. So there's him just blowing a lot of hot air. And that could even be Trump. And I'm asking for the money. Because a fish is always about money. But these cards down here indicate that, yeah, he was successful in getting the money in the past, but not anymore. So he really has a forcing current. He really has a demand. Give me what I want. That's what the dude does. These cards all go together here. Yeah. But it's created a loss because he's lied and manipulated. He hasn't been able to deliver. Thank God. Okay, so now some more about his karma. Yeah, he's very, very guilty and burdened. Because he's been very seductive in trying to get the money that he wanted from everyone. So notice how these cards go together. He's had his hand out for money right here. And he's guilty of that. And he's guilty of seducing them to get the money. So what he's attracting, besides rejection, that could be the votes. He's attracting I need more. So he's attracting a rejection of votes, even though he's like impulsively just trying to get widespread, well, he has the intention to get what he wants out of the government. Yeah, the dude just uses his position to make money himself. He doesn't care about anybody else. It's just like with Mitch McConnell. These guys, they don't care about anybody else. They're not public servants. They're public predators. They're public parasites. Oh, God. Okay, so his future. So it's not going to go well, of course. So something, that's probably, is he married? He must be married. Maybe his wife is moving on, leaving him. She has goals of her own. Either that or there's some woman in his life. Oh, I don't even want to think about him that way. Ugh. He's such a disgusting little twerp. Yeah, oops, I'm sorry. I'm out of frame there. Yeah, with the heart card. That's interesting. It might be that his wife wants to move on, but she can't leave him for some reason, or she's kind of stuck with him. Could also be that his future brings a heart condition that he can't get out from underneath. And there's that selfishness and the greediness. Yeah. So I'm not sure about the woman. I'm just going to guess that he's married. This could be a woman that, you know, if because we do have the Three of Swords over here, which that's very a real possibility that he's had an affair. Because this would be domestic travel. Well, because we have the woman card and these others, let's do it this way. Bear with me for a moment. I don't really want to get into this, but let's see what's going on. Because in the future, he may have some like domestic issues, is what I'm thinking with his. Either he has a girlfriend on the side, or there's something going on with his wife. Give me a moment. Just to be thorough and not leave you hanging, okay? What's going on with him relationship-wise? Let's just look at his relationship. Because I think he's married. I'm pretty sure he's married. Let's see. Okay, Mr. Paul. What's going on with your relationship? Oh, God. Oh, wow. Okay. So there's a woman, but a woman that wants money. Okay, let me look at these while I shuffle the other little deck. There, got rid of that glare there. Okay, so with this Knight of Swords reverse, when it comes to like the area of relationship, yeah, I mean, again, that breaking the rules, but this brings in like prostitution. This together brings in like, you know, pay for play. And then with this Page of Swords reversed, that's legal issues. You know, this dude like pay to play and mind games. And then, of course, with the Nine of Cups reversed, this is somebody who's could have some addictions. There could be some financial loss because of, you know, he's paid. A woman he's been paying creates a lot of financial loss. But, you know, this is often the card of like a deep-seated, when it's reversed, it can be like a deep-seated self-hatred, which of course he projects out onto everyone else, which is why, that's how Mitch McConnell is too. And Stephen Miller, all these guys, they have so much self-hatred and they project it out onto everyone else, and that's why they're racist and they don't care. And then with the Queen of Pentacles, that has to do with somebody who is a woman who's dependent on him and is also probably pretty, you know, jealous and self-centered. So I think the dude's got a mistress. If he's married, he's got a mistress. If he's not married, he pays for hookers. He preys on hookers. Wow, didn't expect to get that. Okay, let's see what the little Lenormand can add. Just more of the story. Nothing's, you know, just, yeah, that's right. So, fickleness and not, you know, non-committal, selfish, self-centered, fickle, because this is all about his relationship. And again, he's seductive. And he does it while he's traveling. So if he's married, it's what he does while he's traveling. And yeah, he's a little toxic parasite, this guy. But, you know, that's another reason why, you know, he has created a lot of financial loss. So we're seeing a repeat here. We're seeing a pattern. So this is the reason, yeah, a lot of money has been paid that has created loss. And then here we go again with the, he's been doing it all over the land. It's like all over the place. And this could be that he does it because he's lonely and he feels isolated when he's traveling. And this could also be on another level, that it could be women who you know, he works with, people that he meets in his job, other women who work for the government. And with this card, I would say there's a lot of them, and they're everywhere. Ugh. So he's a greedy little bastard. He's just a greedy little guy. If he's married, she should get rid of him. Of course, I don't know if she could get any money out of him, because it looks to me like he's broke. God. Oh, these people. Okay, well, I'm thoroughly disgusted going into his energy, so I'm just going to stop. Okay, you guys, I'll get this uploaded as soon as I can. Take good care. Happy New Year. Bye.